Wayne has changed over the last 30 years?
Well, the explosion in homes and businesses has been surprisingly increasing and faster than anybody could have possibly imagined. At one time, people didn't own their own homes. They lived with families, and they had apartments, and now everybody has their own home. And the businesses, you've got a business on every corner, and all the homes you have all taken place of farms that used to be here. So it's changed dramatically.
Yeah, so has most of this area that used to be farmland?
Yes, most of it was farmland. When we moved here, there wasn't additions even around this area, so I've watched them all grow since we've been here. But the difference is now, they've realized that because of all the additional homes and the runoff and sewage of waters, we have the retention ponds. So now, when you have an addition, you have to put a retention pond in for the runoff water, which really is good environmentally to consider where this water is all going to go. And it's given birth into waterfowl and things like that. So in that case, they don't even want to go south anymore. They want to just stay here because we've got everything available for them.
Right. Yeah, so how have we as a society changed the way we interact with the environment?
Well, I think we have disregard for it. We seem to think that whatever we do is the right thing to do, and we don't have a regard. It's disposable. Everything is disposable. We just got it, where there was always more, we can just throw it away. So I think the attitude has changed dramatically. Environmental questions never used to come up. That wasn't even a part. But now, as society begins to realize what's happening with the environment, they're become more conscious, more aware of it. So they're trying to rectify it, but in bits and pieces. So it moves slowly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think the environment in the area has changed for the good or bad compared to 20 or 40 years ago?
Well, the environment has changed because there's so many more people, which changes the environment. Well, you can't say we can limit the people because it changes the environment. You have to work with it, adjust with it. And attitude is a lot of things. 30 or 40 years ago, environmental wasn't even an equation. It's something that suddenly they've become aware of, and I think because the changes in the atmosphere and the quality of life, I think it's all made a big difference.
Right, yeah. Do you find it problematic or concerning to you how the environment has changed over your lifetime?
Yes, dramatically, and sadly so. It's not for the good, unfortunately. There are many people that want to try to change it, but it's like trying to move a wagon going uphill with no power. It's all uphill battle. But I think it's with children, with the youth. Children will make a difference. They will realize the impact an environment has on their quality of life and the quality of life ongoing. And that's the problem. It starts with the children and people being able to acceptable. There should be mandatory recycling. I recycle because I believe in it, but I pay additionally for it. Yeah, I was in Germany in like 95 or 97, between 95 and 97. McDonald's was there at the time. And we went to McDonald's. They had recycle bins. You recycle plastic, you recycle paper. They recycle things, even back then. Apartment complexes in Germany had recycle bins. It was glass, paper, plastic. You had the trash, then you put it all in the trash bins if you actually had garbage. But recycles was so much more advanced at the beginning at an early age than what we're now just trying to catch up.
Right.
And like I said, we're taking baby steps because you can't get everybody on board. There's people that yay and people that nay, so you got to get somewhere a common ground. But I think recycling, make it mandatory, would make a big difference. At least it would be helpful.
So do you think we should educate children growing up?
Yes, the little, like computers. I'm 82. I didn't have anything to do with the computer age, and even now it baffles me. It amazes me. But children adapt for it. You see babies in strollers who's got the little things that they're doing. They know how to do it. So children are going to make a difference. Children are going to make a difference in the world. You have to educate children to realize the impact it's going to have on their life, their quality of life, and the quality of life, like I said, ongoing.
Right.
But that, and then awareness. You have to have awareness, and you have to have belief. There's the hardest thing, to get the older people, the people here, to believe it's making a difference. Scientific has shown environmental concerns cause what's happening in the environmental and destruction of it. But you can't get everybody on board, and that's going to be very, education even for older people is going to make a big difference. You have to come together on some kind of an agreement.
Right. Do you find the environment to be a necessary concern?
I do, because the impact it's having on our quality of life, like the miles and miles of Arctic ice that are falling off, with the amount of hurricanes that are happening, the wildfires, there has to be some reason. It can't be just, it can't be all person, it is person caused, but the effect of it is overall. There has to be some other, because you're changing the atmosphere with the coal burning and the pollutions that we put out with the exhaust of all the cars. And they're working on that with the electric cars. That may make a big difference if they have the electric cars. That exhaust makes a lot of difference.
But it'll be years and years.
It is, and it's going to be a slow process. It's like everything else. You're going to have electric cars, but will everybody buy them? Well, not necessarily. You know, how depend how much it costs to buy the car to begin with, and the payback when you can go buy gas for a car. So that's the other thing, you know.
Right.
It's the advantage of cars are wonderful, wonderful. Everybody wants their own car to do their own thing and go their own place, and this is all good. But you have to change that also. There are places like in northern Michigan, they have car park areas. What you do is you have a car park area where they park the cars where they're going into town to work. They have transportation where everybody hops on the bus or whatever it is to go. So you need to change the thinking. That's not easy to do.
Right.
It's like, okay, I recycle. Okay, but I pay for it, okay? But in my garbage, I don't have to recycle. I can throw everything in my garbage and then take it all away.
Right.
So you've got it all going to the landfill instead of like recycling. So there's education. Yeah, it's not only with young people, but it's to get people to realize this is true and this is what's happening and this is what we need to do, like it or not, you know. So, yeah, carpool, which people go, you know, they can't nowadays. Young people go jobs, people go to school. It's going to be